Troubled times, troubled times. Welcome, gentlemen, to the fourth episode of the David Drone Red Pill Nation show. For this episode, I'm going to discuss ghosting. Now, I don't know if ghosting is something that can be taught to someone. It is definitely a great tool to use with women, and I didn't actually learn the term ghosting until a few years ago after I had actually been doing it for quite a while, so I'm very familiar with ghosting females. Before I begin, though, I just want to say something about Kurt Cobain. Now, when I was growing up, I just idolized Kurt Cobain. I always played guitar. In high school, I played Nirvana songs. So Kurt Cobain was a big part of my upbringing. And when he killed himself and he died, it was devastating. And I can remember exactly where I was when I found out. I watched MTV and Nirvana Unplugged for weeks straight after he died. The reason I bring up Kurt Cobain is because when I think about ghosting a woman, which is where you basically withdraw all contact, everything from her, I think about the death of Kurt Cobain and how much it affected my life by him just completely being taken away. You know, and a lot of people argue that the only reason Nirvana or Kurt Cobain has the legacy he has is because he died. So, as we begin this episode, keep that in the back of your mind, and I'll probably allude to it later on. So let's go ahead and get started. This is going to be an entire episode dedicated to the art of ghosting a woman, and we're going to go through 5 reasons why you need to ghost females. So let's get started. It is very important to assume that whenever you start talking to, dating, messing around with a woman, that she is also messing around with at least 3 other men. This is important because it creates a little competition. And the reality is, 9 times out of 10, she is talking and seeing other people. Now, this is a double standard because men are more attractive to women when they are sleeping with other women. It's just a fact, okay? So, if a woman knows that you're messing around with other women, it's not going to really hurt your game. Now, it's opposite for women, and they know that. A man is going to be turned off if he finds out that the woman he's seeing is sleeping with other men, okay? It's a double standard. It's just a fact of life. But the reason you need to assume she's talking to other guys is to realize that you are in competition and she is trying to pick the best guy. Okay? And that leads us right to this first step. And that is she needs to know you can walk away. Because the other guys she's talking to, they haven't displayed that yet. This is very important to a woman. She's sizing you up, gentlemen, and she needs to know that you can walk away and be okay without her. That's why ghosting her, completely withdrawing, is never a bad idea. It seems counterintuitive. It really does. It seems like you should be there for her. It seems like you should be taking care of her. But that's not what she wants. She wants a man who can walk away and who's not going to be emotionally upset without her. Show her you can walk away. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Gentlemen, a woman's imagination is your best tool. The reason I say that is because you want her to miss you. okay? When you withdraw from a woman, everything, communication, to where she doesn't know where you are, okay? That sends a message to her. It puts her in panic mode, okay? It creates drama, and she starts wondering what's going on. And what she's going to do is she's going to confide in her friends and the other guys she's dating. And it's going to elevate you to where you look better. You know, she's going to be thinking about how, wow, maybe he really was very good looking. Maybe he really was really cool. She's going to start questioning and doubting. You need to put doubt in her mind, okay? Making a woman miss you and her imagination go wild is never a bad thing. It's never failed for me once. Communication is not key. Let me repeat that, gentlemen. Communication is not key. When you're dealing with a woman, you need to understand that sometimes, in order to communicate what you need to communicate, you have to send her a message. Now, this is what I do. When I'm dealing with a woman, and we've gone over a topic, we've discussed it, and it's over with, and she brings it up again, I'm not going to re-engage that conversation. We're not going to have that conversation again. So I'm going to withdraw. Okay? Women have friends. Women have everything taken care of already. Okay? They have their group of friends. Usually they're dating other guys in the beginning. They have plenty of people they can talk to about their feelings. Your job is not to talk to her about feelings. She's going to try and get you to talk about feelings, but that's a test. She's testing you to see if you're man enough to not talk about your feelings. I know, it's kind of crazy, but that's how women operate. Okay? Sometimes you have to completely withdraw to send her a message that she is going down the wrong road. Women appreciate that. They like that. Let me give you a quick example. I was dating this woman once. It was in the beginnings of the relationship, so we hadn't even slept together yet. She had talked about this situation with her foot, where she had basically this abscess had started growing because she was walking on her foot too much, whatever. She sent me pictures. We talked about it, and that was it. She brought it up again, and she brought it up again another time. I didn't re-engage, and then I just basically ghosted her, okay? And I ghosted her for an entire day. She freaked out. She sent me a bunch of text messages. I still did not text her back. She texted more. And then eventually what she did, we were supposed to get together on a Saturday. I wanted to get together on a Friday, but she had plans with her friends. So in order to re-engage me and pull me back in, she changed her plans to where we could get together on Friday. See how it works, gentlemen? Okay? Women want a stoic man. They don't want some guy who's talking about his feelings all the time. Okay? They just don't. Trying to keep the attention of a woman is like a full-time job. Now, for women, you know, they know that men are really only concerned about sex. Okay? A woman just needs to make sure she looks good. That's just a fact, gentlemen. We know that, okay? So a woman knows after she sleeps with a man, the clock starts ticking on him becoming disinterested, okay? Now, women are similar, okay? They start getting disinterested too. But for women, it's not so much about sex that they crave, it's attention. They crave attention and drama, okay? And that's why they'll have their beta men around them, circling them, because they get the attention from them, okay? It's not how we're wired. It makes no sense to us. We could care less about talking to a woman about feelings, okay? But when we'll go out and cheat to get sex, okay? Now, they'll cheat to get sex too, but they like the attention. Ghosting a woman can really create some drama in the relationship. It can really mix things up because things can start getting a little too routine, a little too boring. And sometimes you have to really mix things up with women. It's just the way it is. They will never tell you that. A woman will never say that. She'll say she wants a nice guy. She wants a consistent guy. That's all not true, okay? She wants a crazy guy who's going to throw her on an emotional roller coaster ride. That's what you want to do. You want to put her on a roller coaster ride all the time. And that's why throwing a little ghosting into your game with a woman is never a bad thing. The older I get, and the longer I am out there in the game with women, the more and more I see just how much women like to talk. That's really what they want to do, gentlemen. They want to sit and talk to you. And they want your attention. And a woman will always veer more towards talking and attention and less towards problem solving and sex. It's just a fact. Gentlemen, if you're in your 20s and you're just kind of starting to date women, you're just going to have to learn this. You're going to have to learn it. I've gotten to a point where when I meet a woman, we might text 1 or 2 times, but the clock is ticking on when we're going to start having sex. You know, I have rules. I mean, just because I know what I'm doing. You know, we're going to send a few text messages, which is basically just to get us to meet up somewhere. And, you know, because here's the transaction is this. If I'm giving you my time and I'm going to have to sit and listen to you talk for hours, then I better be getting some sex. Okay? Women appreciate that. Okay? Because that's what the interaction is. It's a sexual relationship. It's not a friendship. Okay? And that's something that if you can get that as a young man, that's great. Okay? But always remember that, gentlemen. It's a sexual relationship, and women will take just a friendship from you if that's what you're going to give her. Okay? So, as the man, you need to initiate. The other thing I want to say is this. Women love attention. That's what they want most in life. The way you can really hurt a woman is by starving her of attention. Always remember that. And it is her drug of choice. So if I'm a drug dealer and I'm giving someone drugs every day, okay, and then one day I just stop giving it to them, they're going to be knocking on my window, banging down my door. The other thing is this. I can just start charging them more for it, okay? So always remember that, because that's the power play she's going to play with you, gentlemen. She is going to start trying to take the sex away, because she knows that's what you want. That's our drug of choice. So always remember what her drug of choice is, and it's attention. So that concludes this episode. If you like the content, please subscribe and like the video, and there's more to come.